In today's video, we are going to find out 5 pros and 5 cons living in Wellington, South Florida. So let's start this video right now. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys if you're watching my videos regularly and supporting me. I would love to see some loves in the comments also. Let's start this video right now. So Wellington is really great town to live in, especially when you are choosing to move to or relocating to South Florida area in 2022. But I'm going to start this video with some cons. Negatives to know about that area is very important when you decide to move somewhere, right? Because especially when you're moving from some other state or some other country, because you're not so much aware about what are the good things or bad things about the area, and making the correct decision of this location, that's number one thing. And then you narrow down to the options like what's the price point we are going, and those things also relatively works kind of parallel. But the number one thing to decide is the location. So Wellington has been one of my base town for my clients and many people who are relocating through the YouTube clients which we are getting, and we are helping them to relocate to Wellington. So first we will be starting in the video with negative factors about the Wellington city. See, any state, city or any location you choose, the number one factor is knowing about the negatives, what is wrong with those areas, and that's kind of make your decision more better. Because if you are kind of okay with those negatives, then the positives are the bonus. So this video right now we are going to start with some cons or negative things about this city. Wellington is a beautiful city. I'll be a little bit biased because that is one of my favorite city for 2021. It was not too hard before, but right now, oh my god, even from Broward County, a lot of people are moving to Wellington even though they are local living in the area. So if you are kind of thinking to move and you do not have issues with the cons which I'm going to mention, then Wellington will really work for you. So number one con is the distance. So if you check on this map, the Wellington is the most west side in the Palm Beach County. See, anywhere you live in South Florida, the beach will not be too far. But I clearly have to mention that it is relatively the east side of the towns are more closer to beach. The west side is far. So if you're looking to kind of go to beach every single day, maybe it's not possible. I live in a Broward County, almost similar distance on the west side in Coral Springs area. I mean, it's not practical to go every day to beach. However, in weekends, it's not difficult because you are still like only 20 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes away from Wellington town to beach. So lifestyle wise, it's still possible, but relatively you are a little bit further. Another bigger on a distance side I would like to mention is the practical point is the highways are a little bit farther. So you may have to go a little bit of local roads to take the highway. The main highways here are 95, a turnpike, or 75. So if you have a, let's say, work in Boca Raton, which is a little bit further south, many of the companies are there. Then Wellington is a little bit questionable because it will be like almost 40 minutes from your work location. Then I would prefer some other town like Lake Worth or Boynton Beach instead of Wellington. If you are going further north in a Palm Beach County, like West Palm Beach, then Wellington is a great choice to live in. So depends on your job location, you can decide if it's really con for you or not. It may be not. Many of my clients, they do have a work in Boca and they choose to live in Wellington because of the main pro is the school system. The school system here is awesome. See, the Palm Beach County has some issues. I think the government has to, especially the Palm Beach County, they need to improve the school system. So not every zip codes or every city is kind of falling into the criteria which will come the A+ school zone, even though those are beautiful, like beautiful cities, beautiful layouts and the houses you see there, and the great price point too. But at the same time, the schools are questionable, the public schools. There are good charter schools there, there are good private schools, but but the public schools is kind of harder to find, especially the high school has the issue. Elementary and middle is still good with different towns, but the high school has an issue. So Wellington is one of the rare town there where every school is awesome. So elementary, middle, and high school, and they're still improving the ratings. So if you check their Facebook groups in Wellington and you ask there about the schools, you will get the great response there. My personal clients, they're also there, living there. So if you kind of looking to learn a little bit one-on-one understanding of the schools, I would love to help you out. Comment me below, if you need more specific information about the schools. But that's number one reason even locals are choosing Wellington also. Now, second con in Wellington is it's more like a countryside feel. So if you're looking to live close to city, if you want to be a little bit of a happening zone, then probably Wellington is not a great choice in Palm Beach County. Then West Palm Beach is amazing. West Palm Beach has a great lifestyle. The beach is closed, downtown is closed, pickleball, tennis courts. But the Wellington has, number one, it's very famous for our polo club. So it doesn't have those things, but it does have a different way it balances the recreational activities. So I'm just going to talk about. However, talking about the lifestyle purpose is more like, you're living in a very quiet. I feel that's a pro. But, some people, if they want to have a city life, then maybe the Wellington is not a great choice. So talking about the second pro from my side is more quieter life. I take this as a balance because I like more countryside feel. I like to be close to city. At the same time, quieter area, suburb feel is awesome. You have a great, safe neighborhoods. There are even some community even don't have HOA, but awesome culture there and the great neighborhoods. The houses are great, the community are very well developed. They do a lot of activities, even like holiday times and Thanksgiving, Christmas. You don't have to even go out to some other town to experience the fun part. So that way, Wellington is a really fun town, especially when we're moving with the kids. And as I told you, the schools are awesome. So it's really even when you are talking about the recreational and the school system. Now let's talk about another pro, houses, like real estate part. The real estate part, it's always real estate is like a relative term, right? You need to compare with something else, then you understand the pricing point. So I'm comparing with the Broward County, and comparing to Broward County, the Wellington has more affordable prices and the houses are more newer there. Like you will get 2003, 2005 built houses, very big mansion looking like. I'll show you guys some pictures and the videos, which we going for our clients. So you get some rough idea like what kind of numbers you will get or what kind of square foot prices. And the price point is really, it's not too crazy right now, even though in a COVID time, 2021 also, we bought almost, I would say, 25 properties in Wellington area itself. So the range is between 190 per square foot to going up to like 280 per square foot. But still, comparatively, let's say you compare with Parkland or Boca, Wellington is much better in a square foot wise. The lot size, the view sometimes is better. View, I would say, is still questionable. I'll not say it's not. Those cities has great views too. But comparatively, the square foot and the lot, that's the biggest difference. And the price point, because if you're looking, let's say, around even 500,000, you do get still there's a possibility of getting a good house there. I would say that roughly around 600, 650,000, you will get a great house. And if you have a budget around $1 million, definitely you have a mansion there with pool and amazing view, and it's a great communities you will find. I have some videos specifically to the communities for the Wellington. You check out those too. But there's a few communities I would like to mention. I love Versailles, Olympia. Olympia is a great varieties of the houses. Black Diamond. There are so many even different no HOA communities also are there in Wellington. But those builds are a little bit older. But the newer builds have the HOA, but it's not too high too. Another con, talking about the real estate, is you don't find too many single-story houses. If you're okay with two-story house, then you have tons of choices there. I'm from Asian family, so we always prefer single-story house or one bedroom downstairs for our parents, because most of the time my parents or in-laws live with us. So it's very important for us to have the room for them. So sometimes I have a very hard time for the Asian family to get something like that when they are looking for between 500 to 600,000. If you go more above, of course you do get a choices, but again it's more two-story story houses. Comparatively, some of the cities like Coral Springs or Deerfield Beach, Delray Beach, those cities. So, because this is like a general theory in South Florida, I have observed the houses built after 2000, the builders got, more strict with the giving the more lot size. And, even though you have a higher square foot, but if you go 2-story houses, it's not a real square foot. It's more like, you divide like 1200 plus 1200, 2400 square foot. And if a single story is more widely spread. So those are the real square foot you would consider. So after 2000 built, I have seen even in Broward County also the less single-story houses. If you're looking for specifically single-story houses, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's a little struggle to find there because of the very limited inventory of single-story house. One more exceptional pro I have seen in the city of Wellington is there is a polo club. So many people move there as a second home they buy. And it's more for, they keep horses, and there's like a snowbirds. Most of the time in the winter times they come, and there are like seasons of polo club there. So it's very interesting to, even though you are not playing, but there's, for kids also, it's really nice extracurricular. And the park there is awesome. Like even just you want to walk around there, it's really great spot to visit. So that's pretty interesting because we don't have any other city for that. Especially for those competitions. And I've seen many times for the horse also separate trails there. So it does have a great kind of, countryside feel in some part of the town, not everywhere. The reason is it's not everywhere because it started developing now. So that's a little bit of con because, at some point next 5-7 years, definitely it's going to be a little bit crowded. It won't be same like a countryside feel because I see that a lot of, new constructions are happening and it's kind of getting occupied now city. And they do not have a very strict residential and commercial law there. Like the city is great, like city maintains amazing, but it's a little bit less strict, I feel. Like, they are putting their new plazas, new communities, and it's kind of a little bit, sometimes I've seen like some area, I feel like it's no more, like last 2 years also, a lot of developments happening. One way is good because it's kind of holding up the real estate there. So it did have like almost 20 to 35% increase in last 2 years. And that's pretty much everywhere. However, focusing on that particular city, it has a higher end of the appreciation there. So even in a regular market also, you do get great appreciation comparatively in Wellington versus you live some other town in Palm Beach area. Because it's kind of at the stage of developing. It's like a lot of people moving there. It's like point of attraction now, especially in Palm Beach County. So I hope like this video is helpful to you guys, and I'll be making more different kinds of content now, like also about the real estate investing. If you're looking to do like Airbnb or short-term rentals also, I'll be making a lot of videos about that too in coming months. So make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.